today's episode. We're still discussing goals and plans in this series, and we'll be talking about something specific today, but I'll just do a recap. So in the previous videos, we've been discussing the what, which is where do I start. We've discussed the why. Why do I even have to set an overall goal? And then today we'll be discussing the how. So if you've been following me on Instagram, which is consult@Mote, you'll see that I dropped a short story and I said, I'm Bosse, I'm an accountant, I want to be wealthy and I want to create jobs. How do I do it? So it's not just good enough to have this overall objective of, oh, I want to be wealthy and create jobs, but you have to also be able to tell how you get there. And how I do it is by being strict on timelines and defined. So for instance, that overall objective can be, say, at the age of 50 or 60, you want to realize it. Then you have to drill down to, say, at the age of 40, at the age of 30, 25. So maybe I'm 25 right now, and I want to create jobs. I want to be wealthy at the age of 60. I want to have achieved that. And I'm 25, but I'm an accountant now. The questions I'll ask myself is my profession right? Am I currently working somewhere that can make me wealthy? So being an accountant, getting a paid job as a salary earner, is it really going to get me wealthy? Am I really going to create jobs there? What are the steps I need to take? Probably I need to, except I'm probably working in an oil company where I'm earning like 2 million, 3 million per month, and I can like have investment options and be able to sometime in the future invest in some startups that can give me some more money and create jobs in that process. Other than that, I probably have to think about how, as an accountant, I can be a consultant, right? Maybe consult for more companies and probably create a company that can consult for. But obviously, I can't do that at 25. Obviously, I can't do that now. Maybe I just graduated and I even don't have experience. So I need to get experience. I need to be able to understand how things work. I need to think beyond just being an accountant in that space. I have to start thinking about how I'm like a manager, how I'm a leader, how other departments function. I have to be more curious. And if there's a job rotation allowed in the company, I should be thinking about how I can rotate to other departments and see how I can improve myself. If I want to get jobs, I have to be thinking about how that job is going to affect my being wealthy and creating jobs. So you see, it's not just thinking about, oh, this great why. It's thinking about the how to get there. And I'm going to even tell you an example. So right now I'm going to be vulnerable. How did I do it? So I'm not going to tell you my overall objective. But at the age of, let's say at the age of 2021, I made the decision for 25-30 because obviously I have different goals for 30-40, but I'm not going to tell you that. So at the age of 2021, I had my 25-year plan. My 25 years plan was at 25, I had to do something critical. And I have a principle I live by, which is that whatever I find myself doing, I do with all my might. And I needed to test it, like thoroughly test that principle, so that by the age of 60, 70, I'll be able to say, all my life I've been testing this principle, has been working for me. And I can't do that being safe. So what I said, at that age 21, I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I knew that I had to do, like create a business or leave my career space, go into business, and go into something more in the creative space, because I'm usually a very lazy person. So I will naturally not do anything that is manual. I'd rather just read my book or work through a presentation than actually do something with my hands. So I was like, I need to put myself through that stress. And so I left at 25, I left an investment bank and I went to Mushin to learn how to make bags, right? And then the other plan was that at 30, I was going to be successful enough, or I would have run that business model for 5 years, and I'll be able to create a book, publish a book of being known and successful. So that was the goal, being known and successful at the age of 30. And I would use a book to show that using my experience. Did that happen? Well, at the age of 27, 28, life happened. I was in serious situation. I had to go back to work. I couldn't continue this line of making the business work because someone was dependent on me and I needed to make money. I needed to support person. I wasn't yet profitable. So what do? I go back to normal career work, right? But because I have this overall objective for 30, at the age of 28, 29, I came back and like, I have to go back to business. I have to see how this thing is going to work. I know I can't achieve this by 30, but I have to at least start. And so the goal I had for 40 was to have serious prominence, but I can't achieve that now if I don't start something now. And so what am I doing? At the age of 30, I would have had a YouTube channel where I would have discussed, and then one goal would have been achieved, which is known, maybe not successful, but at least I will be known to some degree. And so by 40, I'll be able to leverage on this 30. So you see how this plan goes. You see how this works. But I'm going to tell you another reason how you should not plan. So how you should not plan. So I planned that by 25 I should have been married. and by 30 I should be done giving birth to children so I can focus on career. None of them worked. 25 didn't work, 30 didn't work for those things. But why? Because they are not things I can plan or I have full control over, right? So they were not going to even work. Even no matter what I do, I couldn't pin down somebody and marry him by 25. Neither will I just manufacture babies by 30, right? So I know today's episode is a bit longer. It's because I've merged two videos together or two questions together in a way because I didn't feel they should be isolated. So the question is how can I achieve it, and how I should not set goals. So I hope this makes sense. Please let me know what you think. Share your thoughts via the comments. Share with your friends. I have something interesting for the last episode for this series. Just watch. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. All right. Cheers.